Hello and welcome to a demonstration of Accelerated Data's Node Manager. Our application is developed so that application owners could gain access to their servers in a secure way without directly accessing the big IP. This demonstration will show some of the functionality and capabilities that we deliver through Node Manager. First of all, let's log on as the admin user. This user has the highest level of permissions and will allow us to set up the application as if it were a fresh install. Now, once we're logged in, you can see on the left menu everything that we need to manage the various boxes. First thing we do is create a data center so that we have a place to associate the big IPs, since they're geographically grouped by data center. We need to provide here a data center name and a description, and when it successfully creates, we can add the big IPs to it. We're now going to add a big IP. Click on the big IP link. It'll show us the screen to provide all the information necessary. We first select the data center, then provide the name, IP of the box, backup IP if it has one, credentials, and the description. We also mark the retrieve box automatically so that we can query and pull the information to populate the statistics of this particular big IP. After we created it, we can click the view link to show detailed information about the big IP. Here we don't have any yet, so let's click on the refresh button to gather the information. Now, by the way, this can take a minute or two depending on the number of virtual servers, nodes, pools, and pool members that you have on the big IP. Now it's going to go away and refresh that and pull the information in. Now we can see the virtual servers that are managed by this big IP, and we can manually refresh the status of each one as needed. But before we change anything on the big IP, let's add a user. So let's add our users, because we want to give those users access to their big IPs and the servers managed by them. On the user screen, we click the user management link, then add new user, and provide the credentials for this new user. Once we're done, we can see this on the users list. We can also incorporate the corporate LDAP or Radius databases for users and their credentials, by the way. Next is to add a application group. We're going to use the application group to associate the users and manage entities, establishing the necessary relationship between the application owner and their managed servers. We click on the application group management link, add the new app group. We provide a name for it and a description of it. And after that, we can see all the users, user groups, and the entities. We can now click on the user link to add a new user to this group and select our recently created one or as an operator of this particular big IP. Also, we can add the admin as a manager. Then that allows them to do anything that they need to do within the application group. Next is the adding a virtual server. We go back to the application group management screen and add a new virtual server to it. We can click on the virtual server link and then add virtual server. We select one or more from this list and then click the add button. And notice as we do so, they disappear from the list. So once we're done configuring the application group, we can log out, and then what we're going to do is re-log in back as that operator user. The operator user has less functionality than the administration user, so you can see the menu on the left-hand side has that reduced functionality listed. And next I want to open up my application group and view the virtual servers listed to me. As you can see, I only have visibility into my servers that are associated with my application group. We can then manage the nodes, virtual servers, pools, pool members. We select one of them to enable and disable. The screen is then updated with the new status. Note we're not toggling between enable and disable. We're setting specific instructions to do so. And then we're refreshing the status of that server based on a query from the server. So it's the actual status that we're seeing. We put a notation in the bottom as the reason for doing the action. And that's going to go into the log file. So again, this is not running directly on top of the big IP. This is setting as a virtual image, running as its own application, making queries and taking action to the big IP via iControl. Let's log back in as the administrator. We finished our operator function. We come back in as the admin. We do this to show that we can trace all the different operations done by clicking on the change log. There's our change log activity. We can see the change that we just made, who did it, the reason behind it. By the way, if no one puts anything in there, it will log the change automatically. It'll do it by IP address. And now we've seen that we've been able to set everything up very quickly, give the application owners access to their own servers, allow them to query, change, and update the status of their own servers. We appreciate the opportunity to show this and hope that you'll bring a copy of it in for your own trial. Thank you.